All right. As always, first we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh
Shai
Shai
Bahashim
Bahashem,
Rakakarash.
Rakakarash.
Double honor to the apostles, the elders, great millstone, toss truth and rule well. Shalom to the hopefully elect, shalom to the Akim and Akwat out there listening and learning. This goes out to the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, the Native Americans, Latino Americans, and African Americans scattered throughout the four corners of the world. This is a branch of Great Millstone of Chicago coming to you with some more of it. I'm the brother Asha.
This is brother Yaya.
And all we love to do our spiritual sit downs, man. We just looking at how America, Mystery Babylon is being made worse and worse. They had a slogan when they first reelected DJ Trump, Nero, make America great again. But in fact, he's making East Babylon, which is America, worse. All the decisions they're making, all of the things they're listening to, is just filled with wickedness to uplift the wicked elite and crush the rest of the people. But you need the people. But this is part of them. The Lord got them in a trick bag, and they only making Babylon worse. These grabs and precepts. Look at what they've done. All their policies, all of their files is being pulled up. It's showcasing how quickly their wisdom is fading.
Yeah.
Ah.
Everything is running out, man. Unemployment is at an all-time high. There's wars going on all over the place. Running out of food, running out of water. Just ultimately, America is falling right now, man. And it's because of the rulers of this place, because of these people that's in rule. The whole system is just collapsing on itself, man.
Facts. Yeah, let's get that at because they listen to a fool's lead. Let's grab that.
This is the book of Sirach,
Con.
chapter 10, and I might as well start at 1. Sirach 10 and 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. So right there it tells you plainly, an unwise king, a wicked and basis of men king, which is what we have right now, is gonna lead you to your destruction, man. It's gonna lead you to more destruction and more wickedness. This is what we're saying, man. He is not making this place great again. This place can never be great again. And ultimately, the Lord set it up that way. Because if you read verse 4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set up over it one that is profitable. So all these other kings, all these other so-called presidents that's being set up right now are unprofitable, and they're destroying the earth, man. That's why the Lord is going to come back and destroy him that destroyed the earth.
Facts, and you see it. The moral decay is at an all-time high. Yeah. Corruption is at an all-time high. Folly is at an all-time high. Wickedness is at an all-time high. And that's because, the Lord has removed the wisdom out of this devil. You know what I mean? He's going back to his natural state, being the basest creature. You know what I mean? Ooking and booking. And that's what the Lord has set up from the beginning. This is Jeremiah. It was the Lord's will to give him a little bit of a shine, then to remove it from him. Shine, I mean his little intelligence. Now the Lord removed it from him. So Jeremiah 49:7 says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in teeming? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? And that's exactly what it is. The Lord has been removing them from their rulership by removing their understanding, their wisdom and knowledge. And now they reverting back to their normal wicked ways. They've always been wicked. They just hiding it better. But now it's being exposed on a grand scale. And because they thinking that, they're going to continue to do what they want to do, but it's not the case. It ain't the same old plays. You can't run the same playbook forever. Eventually, people are going to catch on to you, and then that's when the decay becomes. You can see it happening, like you said. It's crumbling right before our eyes. To the truth be told, America never was great. Only, for a particular group of people, the Israelites. It's never been great for us. So making America great again was just some BS. Making America, for them, the wicked elite, that's what it was all about.
Yeah. They were just trying to get so-called white people back in power.
Right. That's what it was all about. But, you know, the Wadi Habashiman Shah, this devil has a bounds he can't pass, and that's why he's reached his limit. Get that Job 14:5. The Lord set up a perimeter around this devil where he can only reach a certain height of intelligence, of weaponness, and everything else. The Lord has gave him a time frame, and it's over with.
This is the book of Job, chapter 14 and verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
So his intelligent level was not going to go beyond what the Lord has set for him. His weaponry was not going to go past what the Lord has set for him. Every device and invention that this devil put together, the Lord set a limitation on it. So, you know what I mean? Because the scripture said if he was left unchecked, because he's unwise, because he's wicked, and because he's foolish, he would destroy everything, including himself. Yeah. That's how dumb he is. You know, he'll put a fucking nuclear biological weapon, in a jar, and then his dumb ass will go back and open up the jar like a sandwich spread and kill every damn thing. That's how stupid he is.
All right.
You know?
With the Obadiah.
Go ahead.
This is Obadiah 1. And where do you want to start?
Well, I got, let's get to the point 8 9. It's Obadiah.
Obadiah 1 and 8. Shall I not in that day say, okay, well, can I read this?
Go ahead.
Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And I just wanted to say that because this man's pride has deceived him, man. He thinks he's going to make America great again. He thinks he's going to get rid of all the Jake. He thinks he's going to start this new world order. But his pride has deceived him, man. The Lord already has him in the trick bag, man. Skipping down to verse 8. Obadiah 1 and 8. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Yeah, so the Lord is removing your knowledge, your way to maneuver, and setting you, like you said, the Lord's playing chess and you playing jumping jacks. You in a whole different game. You don't even know where you at. And that's all through Yahbashim Shah. And that's what he's doing. He's removing your counsel, so now y'all following just idiots. You know what I mean? DJ Nero is an idiot. He don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And y'all listen to him just doing whatever he says, and that's going to bring the Civil War about. That's going to bring back the sedition of men. And that's a part of this place being brought into total chaos, confusion, and ultimately destruction. So, Babylon, he's making Babylon worse. He's definitely not making it better.
Yeah.
Go ahead, you got 9. Go
it's
ahead.
wax worse and worse.
Yeah. Wax it worse and worse. Yeah, get that. Just whack. You got that. It's waxing worse and worse. Or whatever you got. We got.
This is...
While you grab that, I get this Malachi. While you search that up, this is Malachi 1 and 4. It says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh host, they shall build, but I will throw down. They should call them the border wickedness, and the people against Yahweh have an indignation forever. So yeah, they built up, they came out of their Renaissance, the rebirth. They built up the, over here in America, but he's bringing it down. You know what I mean? He's destroying all of their thought processes. You know what I mean? They're so bent on wicked rulership that they can't see straight. They in a fog. Their minds is perpetually, being tormented. So they can't think straight. They only thinking about, death, murder, kill, death, murder, kill. Then they fall into their own devices, their own traps that they set for us. They fall into themselves. Everything is that they set against us, because the Lord said he's going to put the curse on them, they're falling into their own demise. And it's beautiful to watch. So they'll never be great again, because now it's their turn to receive righteous punishment. So they will never excel ever again. And that was part of the Lord's plan. So it's only going to get worse. They're going to wax, like he was saying, they're going to wax worse and worse. Because the Lord, set it up that way. and there's no hope for them. And we just watching the Lord take them down. Because it's their time.
Con, this is 2 Timothy 3:13.
Go ahead.
2 Timothy 3:13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. And that's this whole place, man. This man Esau Edom is deceiving the whole world, and he's deceiving his own self, man. Like I just read in the Obadiah, the pride of his heart has deceived him, man. So he's deceiving his own self, thinking that he's making the place better when it's actually only getting worse, man.
That's exactly what's happening here. Like you said, that pride, he got them all thinking he gonna be like he never considered the latter end. He thought it was gonna be a rulership forever. He never considered the latter end that the Lord was gonna bring this devil down, as we just read in that Malachi. He had a time limit where he was rule over nations and violence and wickedness, and now that time is up. Let's get this Isaiah 29 to the point. And what was that 29 and 14, I think?
You said
Let's see. Isaiah 29.
you talking about 15? Oh yeah,
This was
14.
talking about Jacob at the time, Jerusalem, but also, applies to Esau. Even some claim white man here in America too. This is Isaiah 29 and 14. I'm just going to hit to the point. It says, therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among the people, even a marvelous work and a wonder For the wisdom of that wise men shall perish, and the understanding of prudence shall be hid. It says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us, who knoweth us? They so busy plotting and scheming, they don't realize that, the Lord is removing their understanding. Then they trying to hide it as if the Lord hasn't already set this up from the beginning. That's the Lord is, and they telling them to their face that you're not going to be smart, you're not going to be intelligent anymore, you're not going to be wiser than Daniel anymore. You're going to go back to being exactly what I used you for, an instrument to punish my people, but you for the affliction, so now you're trying to get punished. So therefore, everything that you thought you had is fading away, and is fading away quickly. And this is a part of it, man. And they can't escape their fate. So again, they making matters worse. Anytime you try to do something that you think is going to hurt us, you're hurting yourself.
Yeah.
Get Job 5 and 12. We get Job.
This is the book of Job, chapter 5 and verse 12. Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noonday as in the night.
Right. So the Lord has put them in on their belly they should go. Is that in the dust they should crawl? That land of confusion. The Lord has put confusion over them. So and now they're totally at wit's end. They're like, damn, this ain't working, that ain't working. They perplexed, right? So that's what they're groping in the daytime. They're confused, and the Lord is, all the things that their evil schemes they're imagining for us, it's going to come to naught for the elect of Israel, and we're praying to be amongst them numbers. For the rest of these 2/3, they're going to get caught in that evil net of the MOTB. But us, we pray, how about Shemashah, we those men, that we don't get caught up in those snares, because we're not ignorant of his devices. But all this is a part of him making matters worse. You know what I mean? It's not going to get better. It's going to, he's making matters worse. So these people already, like you said, got the highest unemployment, jobs are fading, famine, all the food is poisoned, the air is poisoned, and it's getting worse. They keep lying about what's happening in America. But you got Edomites all across America talking about how bad it is for them. They can't buy the homes they used to buy. The cars are staying on the lot. The cars ain't not selling. And he lied about the Dow Jones is up. How is it up when unemployment is at an all-time high? The jobs are scarce. So this is all lies. This is a part of him making it worse and just lying to the people. But nobody's being fooled by it anymore. The jig is up. Everybody knows this devil for who he is, a liar and a murderer. And now They seeing everything that's around them collapsing. So how could it be getting better when it's truly getting worse?
Yeah. Ain't nothing working for them.
Right, nothing working for them. The Lord is, mingled a perverse spirit in this devil, was causing him to err on every way. You know what I mean? That's and that's what's happening. Lord has perverted his mind. His mind is not right. The scripture says, "His soul in him is not, is not right in him."
Lifted up right in him.
Yeah, not lifted up right in him, and now his mind, is perplexed and tormented and warped. He can't think straight. He all messed up, and there's no hope for him. So Babylon is indeed getting worse, not better. So hope that was edifying with that. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechaparash.
Double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstones, taught us truth, to rule well. Till next time,
Shalom, Kwam Yasharallah, and the Bible.